Hello, everybody. Welcome here to Puerto Rico, where the brand new Indiana University basketball team, under brand new coach Dan DeVries, played its first exhibition game for Peegs.com. He's Trevor Andershock. I'm Jeff Rabjohns. Indiana wins lopsidedly. They led by 40 points in the third quarter, totally dominated the game, ended up winning 98-47. So not a lot of things as far as takeaways or anything that you really project for the future. I think everybody understands that. But just before we start getting into this, exhibition games in August, okay? We need to understand that. Exhibition games in August doesn't predict anything in the future. They've only had 10 practices. Not all of them have even had 10 practices. So keep that in mind. We're going to discuss the game. We're going to discuss some observations, some things that stood out, some things we noticed. But keep in mind, we're talking about what happened in the game. Keep that in mind. It's about this game. We're not projecting forward. Now, that said, I had a couple of things that I thought were interesting, but Trevor, we'll start with you. What were some things that you looked at and went, okay, that's interesting?
It wasn't a shock, but Indiana shooting 22 three-pointers in the first half. We have not seen that since basically the Tom Crean era, if they even did that. Now, competition level played a factor in that. This team was not very good, probably below a D2 level team if you're kind of comparing it to a college, USA type of college team. So they were able to get any shot they wanted. In the first half, there was a lot of extra pass threes, leading to 22 of them. They didn't make a ton, only 6 of 22 in that first half. Lamar Wilkerson had plenty of open looks, just did not make them. He'll make those down the road. He continues to get clean looks like that. But IU getting 22 shot or three-point attempts in the first half, I thought that stood out just as a signal of how different this coaching staff and Darren DeVries will be kind of approaching how they take three-pointers going forward.
Yeah. I think for me, and we'll talk about some of the individuals here in a second. For me, I thought two things were interesting. One, IU actually did hunt threes. Like you said, 22 in the first half. They were physically superior. This could have been pound the ball on the block, set some screens and really just drive the ball, go to the lane, go to the line, run and dunk. It could have been one of those kind of games. Instead, Indiana actually ran the stuff it's been working on, and a lot of that is about hunting threes. We saw a couple of possessions where they might have even had an open layup, passed it up, for a three. Probably not going to pass up open layups. And even Darren DeVries kind of joked when we talked to him after the game. He said, I'd rather than take an open layup. But the thing that was interesting, IU ran what it's been working on. They didn't just go, okay, we're going to do A, B, and C to win this game. This was a practice. This was working on, continuing the work that they've been putting in. They ran what they're supposed to run. And then the other thing, the ball movement I thought was really good. Guys were really moving the ball, and the ball went certain places it's supposed to go. I don't care about shots going in August or not. And even Darren DeVries said about, Lamar Wilkerson, he's like, I don't care if he goes 2 for 20 because the next night he may go 18 for 20. So, they have guys who are going to make shots. But the fact that the ball moved and players moved, I thought those were two things that in a lopsided game that is basically a practice with the scoreboard running, those were two things that I thought were interesting.
Yeah, even playing an overmatched team, getting 32 assists in a game is impressive. Scoring 98 points.
How many?
32. So pretty impressive. A lot of them were off that extra pass to get three-point looks. And then in the second half, in the open court, passing the ball ahead, really pushing the tempo through the pass and not just dribbling the ball up yourself. Thought that was another thing that stood out to me. Their willingness to get the ball up the floor via the pass instead of just dribbling it up with the point guard. Anybody can throw it ahead and get a clean look.
Yeah, their hit-aheads were pretty good. Again, overmatched competition, but they could have dribbled the ball past any of these guys on this team, and this was actually like a really, really good job that they did in this particular game as far as using what they had planned, what they were trying to do. Individual players, again, overmatched competition, not making a big deal out of anything, but what did we see? Trent Sisley played well. Tucker DeVries almost had a triple-double. Several other guys played well. Just kind of your thoughts on some of the individual guys, what we saw tonight.
Yeah, looking down the roster, I thought I was impressed with Josh Harris. Kind of lower on the totem pole right now, lower in the rotation. Still came in, played hard, was productive, had a double-double, really hit the glass hard, showed his athleticism. Now I think we'll see a different type of player once he faces more size. Tonight, he had a clear advantage in strength and height, and then athleticism on top of it. So he was able to do whatever he wanted. But his energy, his toughness, I thought that stood out as a guy not in the starting lineup, kind of lower on the totem pole right now, but somebody who could possibly work their way into the rotation this season.
Well, for Trevor Andershock, I'm Jeff Rabjohns for Peegs.com. That wraps it up for us here from Exhibition Game 1. There are 2 more exhibition games coming here in Puerto Rico against Mega Superbet. Used to be a different name, similar team, same team, just a sponsorship. But those next 2 games are going to be a little bit different. They're going to face better competition. There are guys on Superbet who have played D1 basketball. There are guys who have, I'm talking high major college basketball. There are guys who have scholarships to play high major college basketball. So the next 2 games coming up, different level of competition. So we'll see what happens in those 2 games.
Not only, the skill set is going to rise up in these next 2 games, but the height. I mean, tonight, IU could get any rebound they wanted. I don't think that's going to be the case in these next 2 exhibition games.
No, it's going to be a different level lineup. You're going to see 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". I think, what's his name, 6'11", maybe? We'll see what they list him as. But that wraps it up for us for tonight. A lot more coming on Peegs.com. A couple of video interviews you're going to want to see and more notes from the game. But for right now, for Trevor Andershock, I'm Jeff Rabjohns for Peegs.com.